Nagaland Hornbill Festival la 8 day de aija nishna tourist aru famous figures khan bi bishi festival visit kuri ase. Etu nishna aji famous French designer Christian Louboutin Hornbill Festival visit kuriya humoy Hornbill TV bra taige exclusively kotha kurise. Ibi report sabo reporter ke Christian ke wo logode.
Hornbill Festival laga day 8 jai thaga nishna alag famous personalities kan bhi ahi ase, be it political leaders or dusra country pra hoile bi ambassadors kan aru fashion designers kan hoile bi bishi ahi ase, artists kan hoile bi itu nishna aji Hornbill TV yare exclusively one famous itu fashion designer agent itu kaprahan design kura laga from France tai mohan lode ite ahi gine bui ase. He is none other than Christian Louboutin, sir. Thank you so much for giving us your time, sir, despite your busy schedule, and we hear that you are returning to Dimapur today itself and then flying back to Delhi tomorrow, sir. We'll just have a quick short conversation with you, sir. How are you finding the Hornbill Festival, sir? We hear that this is your second visit to Nagaland, but your first time here in Hornbill Festival, sir. How is it, sir?
Exactly. I have come to Nagaland 2 years ago, and I heard about the Hornbill Festival. So I knew that I wouldn't be able to go the year after, but I made sure to have some time so I could come 2 years after. So this is now the second year, and so it's my first time in here, and I'm very, very happy. I've been very, 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 very impressed by what I saw, the quality of the music, the quality of everything actually, and it's a great place. It's a great place, and I really highly recommend it to everyone who likes music, who likes traditions, who likes costumes, who likes anything which is beautiful.
Sir, and you have also been in India also, sir. And Nagaland is, considering comparing it to other states, Nagaland is a small state comparing to other states also, sir. What would you say makes Nagaland and Nagas different from the other people, or maybe unique? What makes Nagaland unique for you, sir, as per what you have seen in your second visit, sir?
Well, I think that Nagaland makes part of India, but it's definitely a completely different state than most of the states in India. You say that it's a small state, but I would say it's a small state to the size of India, but coming from France, it's already a big, big, big region. I mean, we don't have a state that big in France. So yes, compared to India in general, maybe it's a small state, but it's what is important is not really the size, but the quality of the state, the beauty of the state, and what makes it interesting. And so here you have different tribes, the system is completely different. So I don't think that I need to say to anyone who is Indian why Nagaland comes out completely differently. It comes out differently for sure in every aspect. I have come the first time I was in Bhutan. From Bhutan I came to Nagaland, and I didn't find Bhutan, it's very, very different, but I found the qualities that I do find in Bhutan. People are incredibly nice, that's the first thing, but also they are very close to their tradition, to what makes their region very special, and I found this in Nagaland also.
So, since coming from your field, sir, we wanted to ask your suggestion on behalf of especially the Naga youths, sir, who are. Sir, you are speaking about the multiple tribes of the Nagas, sir. So the multiple tribes that are here in Nagaland, the Nagas itself. So do you think that can turn out as a blessing for us, or how can we use this unique, versatile culture of the Nagas and make it a fashion statement and give a message for the people outside Nagaland or even outside the nation as well? So how can we do that?
I think that, speaking of fashion, there is a very simple thing. People who like fashion, like in some way, sometimes it's not a reality, but in many ways, you like it because you want to be yourself, you want to be a single person, you want to be unique. So everything which makes a person unique is attached to fashion. So everything which is unique to Nagaland makes it a strong possibility to come on every territory. It can be Indian territory, but it can be outside India. If you cultivate your singularity, this is what is going to bring you a lot of audience. If you try to melt into what already exists, especially in fashion, no one is going to be interested. I mean, let's say, at least being French, I'm going to speak for my country. No one is going to be interested to see a kind of vague version of like a French fashion. But if you arrive with traditions, your sense of colors, the way you're weaving, and you really integrate that, into your design, that's becoming something that people are craving for. This I can tell you for sure.
Okay. So this is already your second visit, sir. But one thing we are asking all the people coming from outside, sir, is the Naga cuisine, sir. Nagas are known for their rare and very different cuisines as well. So have you tried some of the unique delicacies of the Nagas here in Kisama, sir, the Hornbill Festival? Anything you have tried and you found interesting, sir?
I have found interesting but difficult to eat for me because I'm kind of vegetarian, and I eat some meat, but I cannot eat anything which is like seafoods, like shrimps, etc. So worms and insect is difficult for me because, for instance, seafood like shrimps is difficult for me. So whenever an animal looks like an animal, I have a hard time to. But I tried, and once you close your eyes and you don't have this thing which I have, which is a little bit of a phobia with insect, it's delicious. It's delicious.
It was the silkworm you tried, sir? Silkworm. It's yellowish in color, deep fried.
Yes, I did. Grasshopper, but I already had tried grasshopper 2 years ago when I was there. Well, very good. It's a little bit spicy, which makes it really even better. And you have a huge variety of spices, which also make Nagaland, the cuisine of Nagaland, very special. And you know, all the relationship to sumac, to a lot of even the salt pepper, etc. The way it's used is fantastic. Very good cuisine.
All right. Sir, you have come here the second time, and do you plan to return again, and do you plan to meet the Nagas again, sir? Since you are leaving tomorrow, sir?
I am leaving tomorrow back to Paris, and but yes, definitely I will return. And again, 2 years ago I said I will return. I could see that people were saying, yeah, he's nice, he said he's returned, but he's probably not going to return. And I did return. So if I say that I will return, I will return. And I say I will return.
Let me ask you one more question, sir. What made you come back, sir? After your first visit, what made you come back?
So, after my first visit, first of all, the kindness of people. And I've been incredibly well hosted and received by people that I had the pleasure to meet. That's one thing. And I was coming here with no ideas necessarily, just curiosity. And my curiosity has been really fulfilled. And so, first time I wanted to come back to see the Hornbill Festival. So now it's my second time. So my third time, it may not be the period of the Hornbill Festival, but there is plenty of other things that I want to inspect now.
What will be your message for the Nagas in general? So how can we become better, or how can we explore more, or how can we become better in general? How can we put out our culture, our uniqueness to the world, sir? Lastly, sir.
Well, I have just met the Minister of Culture of Nagaland, who is a very nice person. So I think that you have to ask him more than me, because I am not doing politics and I'm not trying to, I cannot give any lessons to people because I'm no one to give lessons to anyone. So I think that the job is very well done. For instance, I have this book talking of the festival and talking of all the tribes, and I've been taking 2 of them because I think it's very interesting. So I want to keep one for my archives and one for me. So the job is well done, so there is nothing to say.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us, and
welcome.
We hope you had a pleasant stay, and we hope you return again, sir. Thank you so much. Before we wind up the interview, we will be speaking to Aku Zelyang, who is a Naga himself, and I think he also has a hand in bringing the very famous personality here to Nagaland. Aku, how did you connect with Sir Christian, and how did this all happen, and how did he come to Nagaland?
Thank you, first of all. All of this happened 2 years, and then, of course, there have been enough back and forths. but I think it's also incredible for him to come and see, the local culture, the colors, the food, and especially as he mentioned how much he loved the food. He was telling me earlier that it's a very good visual assault, that this Hornbill festival, and so the rest I think he's told you already.
So let me also ask you another question. I think you have already not just taken our Naga culture and traditions and made it into a piece of art and taken it even outside India also. I think you have done that, and you have even received an award on that also. Could you give us more details on that, and also tell us how you did it and how the other Nagas should also work about it in any be it in designing or any other works they do?
I think to me, I would say that we've all been very curious with our own culture, and for me to speak with design in context with design, I felt that things have stood in a time warp, and it is important for it to move on, and it is, if you see, it has happened across every single culture. It's very good, and it's mandatory, and it's so important for us to preserve, to promote, but also let's not forget to also share with the rest of the world. And in terms of accolades, I would say that it's all because of having a very beautiful and a very effective team, and especially the unsung heroes, the heroes in the background who are my artisans. I know that Nagaland is one of the last places where we have abundance of skills and resources. So why would we try and reinvent the wheel altogether? And in terms of exports, we have been doing this for a very long time, and we would wish I think that there's no dearth of talent. There's no lack of talent in Nagaland. I think it's only a matter of time. But I would say this to conclude, that to manifest all of this, be original, number one, I think, and start looking things within your own culture and share it with the rest of the world.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, and also thank you for connecting with Sir Christian and bringing him here and making him visit Nagaland also. And yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for giving us this exclusive. Thank you for giving the exclusive to Hornbill TV. Thank you so much. Thank you. To itu thagishe Hornbill TV yare duijon ke kotha kura famous fashion designer Christian Louboutin aro aku Zeliang kun taigi yare Nagaland de second time garne anishe taijon ge bi kotha kurishi aro taikhan bi yare Nagaland de ahya garne bi taikhan khushi kotha janai dia laga bi mohan dikhi paise. Hornbill TV apni khan ge ineka updates khan mi ani thagibo. Reporter ke Christian yo ke ho, camera person Joy Watch, Hornbill TV Kisama.